Welcome to Enchanted Moments podcast. I'm Monica.
I'm Spencer.
And creme brulee on the floor. Today, I want to talk about the violet flame. It is a very intense and powerful tool that you can use to eliminate all the negativity in you, your past lives, your cells, your everything. It's called the Cosmic Karmic Eraser, and it was given to Earth by Saint Germain, who is an ascended master. We're not going to get into a lot about that because it's a whole nother category, but he is the ascended master for the United States, all about justice and the American way. So his retreat, which each ascended master has an etheric retreat in another dimension, and his is over Wyoming. So hey, you know, right? You really were worried about that. I'm
sure. We'll definitely have to talk about all that too sometime.
Sometime. Yeah, those ascended masters are critters. His past lives before he made his ascension were the prophet Samuel, Merlin, Roger Bacon, Christopher Columbus, and his final was Sir Francis Bacon, who was the father of inductive reasoning and the scientific method.
2 Bacons?
Yes, there must have been a lot of them around.
And I still think Christopher Columbus is just the wildest.
It is wild, don't you think?
But yeah.
Anyway, Francis Bacon, the last one he was called the greatest mind the West has ever produced. So, anyway, he was ascending to his ascended master status from being incarnated in 1684. So we received a transmission from him in 1961 about the violet flame. And people have asked why we didn't get it sooner. And it is an extremely powerful tool, and I don't think they thought we were capable of handling it.
Can I ask how we got the transmission?
It was channeled by an individual. Do you want me to look up his name?
No, because I don't think we could do it right here, right now.
Okay. Anyway.
Yes.
And the start of the Great White Brotherhood, the same person who got that channeling. So we're talking a lot about love and light and all things positive. So anyway, it was given to us, and it is simple but intensely powerful. So the way I always taught it was this violet flame transmutes all negativity, and so I see it as coming up around the body and out to the universe. So in order for me to do that easily, I just stick out my arms and pretend I'm in a tube that's that big. That big. And then when you do the mantra, the affirmation, the declaration, you just visualize this beautiful purple violet light coming up through this tube, filling it and shooting off into the universe. I find it the easiest way, but you can sit in your car and do it as long as you're not driving. I highly recommend sitting still. You can do it anytime, any place. It's extremely cool. And the other thing that it is useful for is being done for something. So one of the more common things people have been doing is doing it for nature. So you do the violet flame incantation thing for nature, and it then supports all the elementals in their work. The sylphs, the
salamanders, the undines,
right, gnomes. Anyway, those 4 elements. And that definitely gives them some extra support to keep the planet and Mother Earth clear.
But you're still just visualizing yourself with the purple
right,
flame.
And you're doing it for them. Okay, so it's sort of like buying you a gift certificate for some magic eraser. So, anyway, I shouldn't make fun of it. It's not funny. It's very powerful.
An analogy's an analogy.
Anyway, Saint Germain was also a high priest at the Violet Flame Temple on Atlantis. So 13,000 years ago. So Ascended Masters tend to have been around for an extremely long time. And he is one of the ones for the US. Okay, so the mantra that we use for the Violet Flame is, and I use the word divine instead of God because, as we know, I associate God with patriarchal, judgmental people. So, but if you like God, use God. It doesn't make any difference. It's
Yes.
about what you feel, right?
Yes.
Intention. The mantra is, I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity divine desires. But you can say, I am the purity God desires.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you. But this is what we use for transmuting all the planetary and personal errors we may have made,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. The purpose is that the stronger you feel about it and the more intense you feel about it, the better the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we don't want to sit here and just meekly go, I am the violet
Yes.
flame. Okay. So you're saying I am, which is the most powerful statement in the universe. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity, divine desires. And you just keep repeating it. And you don't have, there's no number you have to say, there's no time, there's nothing. You just do it until you feel you've really
Feel that
got a
intensity.
gunty in there. And then let that flame and that fire and that beautiful purple color come up and just shoot off into the universe. I know it sounds kind of wacky, but it is extremely powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And there are ways for people to actually go online. I think one of the places that has a lot about the violet flame is Summit Lighthouse.
Okay. We've mentioned them before.
Yes, and they are like the downstream from Madame Blavatsky and this early spiritualists.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they are the more modern version, and you can go on their website, and I think they even have a free ebook or something you can download about the violet flame. But they do channeling of ascended masters, and they publish them online. And if it's something somebody's interested in, that's also there.
Interesting.
But-
Summit Lighthouse.
Summit Lighthouse, yeah. And we will put this affirmation on
The description.
the description of the podcast so that you don't have to worry about it. But it's really been using it for years, but really fell out of practice using it. But it's a good thing to do now, especially because I think the planet could use a lot of extra
Help.
elemental support, so we get cleaner water, better air, less earthquakes, less volcanoes. We have some ability to erase the damage that we have done over the last God knows how many years. So that's really a cool tool. It's a very cool tool. Trying to think, his qualities: freedom, alchemy, justice, diplomacy, and transmutation. Those are good ones, right? It's but his temple is over Wyoming, Table Mountain. I don't know where Table Mountain is, but I probably should look on the map. His symbol is a Maltese cross, which is what Knights Templar used. Yeah, so that's pretty cool too. But we will talk about Ascended Masters at some point because we have talked about spirit guides, and Ascended Masters are another group of dimensional beings that are a good group to get to know.
Yeah, because I have a few questions about them,
Yeah.
but we'll hold off on.
Well, and he's also the Kohan of the seventh ray, which is a very powerful position, and the rays are part of esoteric psychology, and it's a whole nother system that you can get into. You have to remember, there's a lot of, just as an aside, we say a lot of things, and we give numbers of things, and we assign labels to things. I think there's 7 levels of being inside each dimension, and then they're saying that there are who knows how many dimensions, but some people go, there's a collection of 7 dimensions, and then some people go, there's 8 dimensions. And I was reading some other material the other day that said there's 10 dimensions. We have to get through 10 dimensions before we return to source. It's all someone's perception. Don't worry about the numbers.
Yeah.
It's not important. The idea is that, as our soul progresses, it goes through a variety of stages to get there.
Mhm.
How many, how it is, I don't think it's important. We'll find out when we get there. But
Yeah.
anyway, so if you hear a bunch of different numbers, it's not that somebody's wrong or right. It's just somebody's putting a label on a process.
Yeah.
And you don't have to really get tied up in those details. But I would definitely practice this violet flame. Do it in the car before you go to work, when you're coming home from work, going into the grocery, whatever. Just try to get it in at least once a day, I would think, to sort of, really charge up your energy and clean up those karmic errors that we may have made.
Mhm.
And I think it's probably, this is my opinion, a good idea to do it. I never assume once does it, It's like, if one time is good, maybe 2 or 3 are better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but get out there, do the violet flame, do the mantra, and see how your energy changes, because any higher vibration we can express in this world, the better off everybody will be. So take care and enjoy.
Thank you.